Good morning, everyone. This is G. Narsimlu, Associate Professor, St. Peter's Engineering College, Hyderabad. Today, video lecture on binary amplitude shift key. Let us go to discuss about digital modulation. The binary amplitude shift keying is one of the variety of the digital modulation. Generally, the standard signal corresponding to the carrier can be denoted as S of t is equal to a sin 2 pi ft plus pi, where a is nothing but amplitude, f is frequency, pi is phase. If the carrier's amplitude changes due to the digital data, then it can be called as a amplitude shift key. When the carrier's frequency changes due to the digital data, you can be called that modulation is a frequency shift key. If the carrier's phase changes due to the digital data, that modulation you can be call it as a phase shift key. So changing amplitude, frequency, phase in proportional to the binary data or digital data produces digital modulated signals, which are called amplitude shift keying, phase shift keying, frequency shift keying. Let we come to know generation of ASK. Here the input is non-return to zero binary data. Here carrier signal is denoted as pi 1 of t. It is equal to under root 2 divided by tb cos 2 pi fct. This pi 1 of t, it is nothing but AC cos 2 pi fct. AC was replaced with under root 2 divided by tb with energy of that signal equal to 1. Then when you product this non-return to zero binary data stream with pi 1 of t, which is corresponding to the carrier signal, the resultant output is ASK signal. So we have to understand how we can be write this AC in terms of under root 2 divided by tb. Let me consider the power of the signal corresponding to the AC signal. It is AMRMS whole square divided by 2. ARMS is equal to AM divided by root 2. ARMS is equal to AM divided by root 2 mean according to the power calculation AM divided by root 2 whole square by R. R, if you consider it is equal to 1 ohm, then P is equal to AM square divided by 2. You can also having the relation between energy of the signal and power of the signal. P is equal to E divided by TB, where TB is the bit duration. We can also write E is equal to P into TB, or you can also write A is equal under root 2E divided by TB. When you consider energy of the signal is equal to 1, then what is the remaining A? A is equal under root 2 divided by TB. This is going to be taking place instead of AC corresponding to the carrier signal. So we have written pi 1 of t is equal under root 2 divided by TB cos 2 pi fct. Then we know that one S of t is a standard ASK signal, binary ASK signal. Binary in the sense the data which consisting either 1 or 0. For binary 1, transmitted signal is equal AC cos 2 pi fct. Instead of A, you could be consider that one under root 2E divided by TB. Corresponding to the binary 0 transmission, S of t is equal to 0. Just to see this one here corresponding to 1, it is transmitting AC cos pi t, or you can be say pi is equal to pi f c. Corresponding to 0, there is no transmission of the signal. Corresponding to 1, again same signal is transmitting. How to come to know? Corresponding to 1, transmitting S1 of t. It is equal to under root 2e divided by tb cos 2 pi fct. Corresponding to 0, it transmits S2 of t, which is having amplitude is equal to 0. These two S1 of t and S2 of t have to be considered for the bit duration. Clearly, there is one basic function of unit energy. Pi 1 of t, it is corresponding to the carrier, it is equal to under root 2 divided by tb. Actually, it could be under root 2e divided by tb cos 2 pi fct. Where E is missing, you consider that one energy of that signal is equal to 1. So E is going to be equal to 1. Then S1 of t is equal under root E pi 1 of t. Here you see under root E pi 1 of t. What about S2 of t? It is equal to 0. Average energy per bit, EB is equal to E plus 0 divided by 2. Average energy per bit. You should be understand energy required for the transmission of 0 as well as transmission of 1. So you should consider EB is equal to E plus 0 divided by 2. Then E is 2EB. So a binary ASK system is therefore characterized by having the signal space that is one dimensional. You can be replace S1 of t is equal to root 2 EB pi 1 of t, which was actually root E pi 1 of t. Root E is nothing but root 2 EB. Corresponding to S2 of t, there is no transmission of signal. This is signal space diagram. Corresponding to S2, there is no signal, 0. So transmission energy also 0. For S1 of t, it is transmitting the signal with energy root 2 EB. Then having the boundary line between this with a dotted line. The middle energy point between the S1 and S2 is under root 2 EB divided by 2. The distance between 2 points, it is equal to root 2 EB. You can be write like root 2 EB S1 minus S2, root 2 EB minus 0 is equal to D12. This is space diagram. Binary ASK can be written as S of t is equal to S1 of t root EB pi 1 of t in the duration of bit for symbol 1. It is written as S2 of t in the duration of bit for symbol 0. Just look at 1, it is transmitting this signal, and look at 0, transmitting 0 signal. In ASK system, binary symbol 1 is represented by transmitting a carrier C of t AC cos 2 pi fct. It was written like AC like under root 2 EB divided by TB and continued with cos 2 pi fct for bit duration TB seconds, where as a symbol 0 it represented by switching off the carrier for dB seconds. Then detection of the ASK signal. It includes again multiplier and integrator. It's like low pass filter and decision device is having threshold value. When ASK having the input signal X, detector having the input signal X of t, and pi 1 of t is the carrier signal. It is same as the carrier signal which was used while generating BASK signal. That's what you are calling, this is a coherent detection of ASK signal. Low pass filter, it's acting like an integrator. Integrator will give the DC value that is denoted with X1. This DC value is compared with the threshold DC value. If x1 is greater than threshold value, they consider transmitted symbol is 1. If x1 is less than threshold value, they consider transmitted symbol is 0. The received signal is cross-correlated with local reference signal phi1 of t. The output of the carry correlator x1 is applied to the decision device. The decision device compares the output of correlator with the present threshold. If x1 is greater than lambda, decision is in favor of symbol 1. If x1 is less than lambda, decision is in favor of symbol 0. In coherent detection, the output of the local oscillator is in perfect synchronization with the carrier used in the transmitter. Usually, phase and time synchronization is needed for the operation of coherent or synchronous detectors. Thank you. This is end of the class.